Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming off the heels of a very interesting All Out. I'm your host, the microphone Messiah, Phillip Antoine. He's the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon Tanguma. Brian Tronic not here yet again. Lil Durst retained all weekend. That's never happened before in the history of this show. So he won definitively at Clash at the Castle and NXT Worlds Collide. He and Brian just tied for All Out. So, hey. But we do have the rule: if you tie with the champion retains.
And it's a damn shame because I don't know if you have the official results in front of you, but I feel like I have the reputation of being the AEW guy, but always not delivering when it comes to pay-per-views. I feel like I did a pretty good job this week when it comes to the AEW pay-per-view. I thought I did pretty well.
How about we call the champion? Let's call the champion. Let's see if he answers. He's probably getting litty.
I mean, I know he's a hardworking man on the weekend. It is, or at night. It is Sunday.
Lil Durst. This is a live recording of the Bullet Cast All Out Recap. You retained all weekend. How do you feel?
Feel great. I'm at a loss for words right now. I like to break records, and apparently that's what I just did. So,
yes, it's broken on the Twitterverse.
Champion in podcast history? I don't know.
Marathon man right there.
Marathon man, as Brandon just said.
Hey, guess because we lasted all weekend, baby.
He's a 3-day man, ladies. Hide your daughters.
Youngest ride, longest ride, or whatever it's called.
Youngest ride, longest line.
Woo!
Woo!
Consensually, of course. Respectfully,
of course.
I don't need to be respectfully tonight.
Okay. All right. We're gonna cut you off there.
I mean, it is Bulletcast After Dark, so you talk that talk.
We are brand ambassadors. I don't think we can have any more Bulletcast After Dark.
You use code Bulletcast, all capitals, at SeatGeek.com. Get 20% off first purchase.
Absolutely. Well, Lil Durst, we just want to get you on to talk about your victory. I guess I'm gonna see you later, right?
Yes. I will be taking my victory lap at Stein.
All right. I will be joining you, Brandon. You are welcome to join us.
Oh, it's a Bulletcast victory party.
It is, man. Are you down?
I mean, it's a Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. It's supposed to be holy on the Lord's Day, Phillip.
I know. I got the Chick-fil-A sauce in the cupboard, bro. I know what day it is.
Oh, okay. Good.
We celebrate the Lord's Day around here.
We celebrate the Lord's Day. We celebrate.
Oh, my brother, testify.
Yes, absolutely. Lil Durst, I will see you later on, brother.
Yes, sir. Stay strong.
Stay strong. All right. So we are gonna run through this one, guys. Sorry, I know you guys want a longer recap, but we're gonna run through it. So, with that being said, no disrespect to the pre-show or the 0 hour. But I saw Ishii and Kingston. They tore it up.
Had a combined about 5 moves in total because 90% of the match was chops.
It was, but that's fine. So let's start it off.
Sammy Guevara dropped Ruby Soho on her face.
Yes, I did see that clip. Jesus Christ. Hook retained. You love to hear.
Action Bronson whooped that ass.
Action Bronson is fire, bro. I love that.
He's looking felt. He's on, thick boy summer no more. He's getting skinny.
He is, bro. Like, do you see his workout videos? Like, that guy he's doing it, bro. I feel like him and DJ Khaled work out the same amount, but like DJ Khaled doesn't look different. You know what I mean?
And Action Bronson actually produces good music.
Whoa. Hey. We're not going to have any DJ Khaled slander on here, bro. You know how many bangers DJ Khaled has produced?
I mean, he does got some bangers, but when he has more than most. You put out those compilation albums, and there's like 2 good songs out of 20. I mean, come on now.
It's better than his rapping. Did you used to listen to when he rapped? That
I have not, and I'm glad I do not have that.
Oh no, it's an experience. You have to experience that. The next time we're in a car together, I'm gonna play some for you.
Is he just yelling another one and we the best?
No, he's yelling other words that I'm not going to say here.
It might be Bulletcast After Dark. It ain't that dark.
Yeah, it's not that dark. The word he's yelling doesn't have to do with dark people. Hey-ho. The main card. What was
and Pac and Kip Sabian happened.
Kip Sabian did happen. Pac retained. The main card, the Casino Battle Royale ladder match or whatever they call it. Interesting spot with Andrade and Claudio. Didn't know why that was going on. Ray Phoenix and Pentagon were just going off. And then a group of men masked attack everybody in the match. Masked man climbs the ladder to grab the chip. It's Stokely Hathaway. He's not a wrestler. So who's going to be the Joker? The Joker walks down. He hands him the chip, and then all the masked men walk away. What are your thoughts?
Coming out to Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil. Great song. Great song. And this one goes 14-15. And I mean, this was just your typical opening match, ladder match to spot fest, flippy doos and spots that don't really make a lot of logical sense. I'll be honest. I mean, like in the moment, like there were some fun spots and some scary spots. I didn't like this match. I thought there was just too many things that were overly dangerous. None of the moves really mattered. As you said, there was the Claudio Andrade spot that was just, I don't even know what they were going for, and I don't even know if they successfully completed it. And then that finishing sequence with Stokely Hathaway just kind of made a mockery of everything. I mean, you had the Retribution knockoff people show up and beat everyone up, and you get the non-wrestler taking down the chip, and the mystery person, the Joker, get handed the chip, and I thought it just made a mockery of the whole thing. And yes, I know, the casino ladder matches and casino battle royals it's not the Royal Rumble, but it was a sour start, I did think, to the show. And
I liked it because it was different. I was like, I texted you guys. I'm like, I'm intrigued,
And the internet went wild thinking of who the person was, because they came out with a mask and another mask on top of devil mask. And
if you looked at the shoes, you knew who it was.
And apparently, if you looked at the ass, you knew who it was, according to a lot of people on the internet. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm not that kind of connoisseur, but apparently the ladies were correct.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that's what's going on. Second match is the trios tag title match, right?
It is the trios title match, and the Elite beat the Dark Order with Hangman Page, because I guess he's not officially a part of the Dark Order, but
should have been the other way around, man. Should have been the other way around.
This one goes 1950, the second longest match of the night.
I will say this: it was very good. Being the second match on the card is always hard. They knocked it out of the park. Happy for the Bucks. I guess Kenny, first person to hold 3 different championships in AEW. Yay! Who? Congrats. Should have been Dark Order and Hangman, because that's more interesting.
I mean, I disagree just a little bit. I don't have like strong feelings about either team really winning it. I did like the placement on the card, because there were the other trio tag matches that we kind of complained about, like why are there 3 matches when you have a title match? They did put this one on first in terms of the other matches, so it didn't kind of drain the crowd. And in terms of just like in-ring work, I mean, the tag title match was fantastic, so I think it does kind of go side by side with that one. But I thought this match was really good. The Hangman story that kind of continues of him being, he told the Dark Order to back off when they were kicking the Matt Jackson's back, which love to see Matt Jackson's back issues returning. It's
4 years later, bro, and
it's New Japan all over again.
And they say that the Young Bucks can't tell stories, bro. Come on.
But then the rest of the match, it was just a regular trios match where Hangman was beating up on everybody, and I thought maybe they would have leaned a little bit heavier into the story of Hangman and the Elite, but obviously we did the finish sequence with the buckshot, Kenny ducks, Hangman hits Silver, and that's the win for the Elite. So maybe they go a little bit deeper on it with the being the Elite, which is kind of where this whole story kind of evolves. So who knows? But I really did enjoy the match, and I know you wanted the Dark Order to win. There was people who did want the Dark Order to win, but I think having the Elite be the first trios champions, I think it makes sense, and I thought this was a much better start to the show after the ladder match.
I guess. Third match is Jade and Athena, right?
Yes, it is. It goes 420. Blaze it. Jade Cargill with her She-Hulk attire, looking fantastic.
She was looking great. It was fast paced. Nobody got hurt. That's all we can ask for. 37-0. Jade Cargill is money, baby.
Yeah, pretty much. No one got hurt. That's all we can ask for. There was some points where I thought maybe Jade was going to get hurt. I couldn't tell if she was blown up or was having some issues, but It definitely was not the prettiest match in the world, but Jade wins, extends her streak, and I thought that was the right choice. When Athena debuted at Double or Nothing, I thought maybe she could have been the one to beat Jade, but kind of fumbled the story a little bit. Athena definitely not as hot as she used to be, but who is the one to defeat Jade? I think a lot of people might have thought Sasha would have been the one, but looks like Sasha's coming back. The women's division isn't the strongest right now in AEW, and I think you want like a new person or at least a hot person, and really there's nobody in that women's division to go up against Jade that could realistically beat her.
We'll see. What's next?
Next up, we have the second of 3 trios matches where we get Wardlow and FTR taking on the Motor City Machine Guns and Sanjay Dutt.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I saw the entrances for this one, but then I fell asleep. And I missed this match, Starks and Hobbs, and the tag title match. So, briefly, recap it all, brother.
Well, Phillip, you missed a hell of a tag team match, but this was not the tag team match that you missed. This one was fine. The main story was Dax Harwood's little girl, where he got that passionate promo a few weeks ago, going into that ROH match. And Sanjay Dutt had a shirt that's, called her a brat, yada, yada, yada. We get the match. FTR and Wardlow win. The little girl did make the entrance with FTR, but then she went to the back. But then after the match, she came out and she pinned Sanjay Dutt to get a win. I guess good for her. But yeah, 6-man tag was fine. Went 16:30, probably longer than it needed to be. Next up, the next match, Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks, was shorter than I think it needed to be, as Powerhouse Hobbs shout out, East Palo Alto native, APW, all that other good fun stuff.
APW made their return last night. It was fantastic.
And Powerhouse Hobbs surprisingly beats Ricky Starks with a spine buster at 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Very anticlimactic win. The 2 matches that I would say had the best, quote unquote, and longest stories going into the pay-per-view had 2 very short matches, this one included. This was puzzling. Like, I thought Ricky Starks was definitely building some momentum, cutting some really good promos. Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs isn't the greatest wrestler in the world, but I thought they could have done more with this, and having Ricky just lose like that to a power or a spine buster was very quizzical to me. Now there's some people like saying, oh, Ricky Starks is heading to WWE. Maybe that's the case. Maybe there's a different story. The commentators did kind of lean into Ricky's neck and maybe saying that he bit off a little more than he can chew, because he did have a match with QT Marshall on Friday, and they worked over the neck a little bit in this match. So maybe they go further on with this one, but I don't know. I thought putting Ricky over was a good move, because I think he's catching momentum, but AEW doesn't have a lot of heels really to work with. And with the now new AEW champion, maybe they're trying to build up some heels on the roster.
I see. Winning with a spine buster, man. Hey, man, anything can happen. You could be beat with anything. It's possible.
Anything can happen in AEW.
Yes.
Tag team title match, Swerve and Our Glory takes on
I heard the Acclaimed was over, like Rover confirmed.
The Acclaim sounded, it was in Chicago. The Acclaim sounded like they were the Road Warriors in 1987.
They got the Road Warrior pop.
They were popping. They were over like Rover. Billy Gunn was there. Scissor Me Daddy Ass. There was like paper scissors.
Are you buying that shirt, bro?
Probably not.
Why? Why not? No. You've been a big proponent of the gimmick.
I'm also a big proponent of wrestling shirts that I can wear in public. I know I have that Candice LeRae.
Wear that in public.
I have the Candice LeRae pint-sized pixie, and that's very much on the edge of shirts I am willing to wear in public.
You can wear it, but it depends on where you go. Like, if you come to UGWA, you can wear that shirt there. Hood Slam, you can wear that shirt there.
I'm saying in non-wrestling events. That's what I call the public.
Hey, it'll create some looks and an interesting conversation, man. I say do it.
It definitely. I'll ask some random person, hey, scissor me, and they're just gonna look at me and probably call the police. But anyways, this match was absolutely fantastic. 22 minutes 30 seconds. Keith Lee and Swerve get the win. This match was absolutely fantastic. I didn't have such high expectations, but they definitely surpassed them. If you told me this match was going to go 22 minutes, I thought they would have way overstayed their welcome, but the crowd was just so hot. it was very reminiscent of the Clash of the Castle, to where, maybe the match wasn't like the best match you've ever seen, but the crowd was just so intense and loved every minute of it that it took it to that next level. And a lot of people saying that you should have called an audible. And I know I'm the one that picked Swerve in Our Glory, thinking it wasn't the Acclaim's time, but I don't know what the future plans are. I think I'm with Twitter. I might have called an audible and said, hey, it's Acclaim's time. This would have been a hell of a moment. Maybe you don't want to spoil a future title change later on in the show, but I think the crowd was so hot that the Acclaim should have won this one. Phillip, I know you picked the Acclaim. I know you didn't watch the match, but just kind of hearing about how over the Acclaim was, do you think calling the audible was the right choice?
Yes. See, you can't have them be like, I said it, Enzo and Cass and Crime Time and any other, really over tag team that didn't win tag team championships. We can't have that. The Acclaimed, their next opportunity, put the titles on them, let them run for 6 months, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing, is I don't know, like, where do you go with the tag team titles? We thought FTR and Young Bucks was the way to go. Internet tells me FTR and Young Bucks don't really like each other. Young Bucks have their own titles. FTR has, all the titles in the world. What's so different of Acclaim having them compared to Swerve and Glory? Because they didn't turn heel. They were just heelish and the less favorites. But who knows? Moving on to the 4-way AEW Women's Championship, as Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida with Reba around her ringside. They go 14 minutes, 20 seconds. And the original plan, apparently, was Toni Storm to beat Thunder Rosa. They continued on with that plan as Toni Storm wins this one. Little bit of not confusion, but dissension between Toni Storm sorry, too many beers, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, as Britt Baker pulls out Jamie during a pinfall. So maybe setting a little story up there, but Toni Storm gets the pin. She's the champion. No one got hurt. That's all we can ask for. Little dead after that, just fantastic tag team match. These women were kind of put in a tough spot here.
They were. I did see this. Yeah, it was kind of quiet. I know people were like, they better not put the title back on Britt Baker. It's like, oh Jesus, I guess. Hey, congrats to Toni Storm. Let's see what she can do with it, and I'm looking forward to the unification match with her and a friend of the show, Thunder Rosa.
Christian Cage takes on Jungle Boy Jack Perry. They went out of their way to call him Jack Perry. But Christian beats him 20 seconds after Luchasaurus interferes, chokeslam on the steel grate on the ramp or on the stage area.
Pyro happens and whatnot, and it's hot. I love that little additive that they put. Jungle Boy or Jack Perry's mother slapping Christian Cage was something. But hey, man, I liked it. I thought that was a nice way to go. Made the pay-per-view end earlier too.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm kind of harping on this match, and Starks and Hobbs went much shorter than I think people expected them to. I did like how short the pay-per-view was compared, saying there's 15 matches going in the card, and we're here at 9:30, almost done talking about it, which baffles me. And I thought we wouldn't have started the show until 10 o'clock. But yeah, this was much more of an angle than an actual match. Christian had a heavy brace on his elbow. People speculating that maybe he has a severe injury. Now, if he has a severe injury, I would assume that means he's going to be gone for a while. So why didn't they just almost do the opposite, where Christian Cage, gets beat up by Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy pins him quickly? I don't know. Jungle Boy obviously kind of has to win this in the end, but this was an odd move to go with such a short match. But I'm not going to complain because it made the pay-per-view much shorter. Because I would not. It was
basically billed as a fight, right? Like they're gonna fight. Jungle Boy's gonna fight for his father's honor. Fights don't go 15 to 20 minutes. Fights can end in 5 minutes, like Hobbs and Starks did, or they can end in 20 seconds, like this one did.
But if a dinosaur comes down and attacks you from behind, it's kind of hard for you to get into a fight.
He's a guy in a mask. No. We're not doing that here.
Sorry,
I've been watching. They claim they're not sports entertainment, right? Right? No, we're not doing that.
The new Jurassic World dropped on Peacock, so I'm kind of in that dinosaur mode.
Okay. What was after this? The other 6-man tag?
No, it was Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson in the WWE special.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. My friend Chris Jericho getting the dub. The Lionheart beat the American Dragon. You love to see it.
Low blow, taking him a dick kick. City hits him with Judas Effect, gets the dub. Ski. Chris Jericho wins. Lionheart wins. 1-1 because he lost to Moxley, right? But
hey, it's okay, man. Look, Danielson didn't want it bad enough.
This one goes 23-40. Didn't feel like 23 minutes, but it did feel kind of like a long match. So I would have shaved some time off, maybe go 19 minutes, but really good match. Crowd, they got a little come down from Christian Cage and the women's match, but they still weren't maybe as hot as maybe they wanted it to. But this match didn't have any story behind it, so what could they expect? And they didn't go, balls to the wall, have a spot fest type match to really get them invested. So, this match was what I expected it from. Jericho gets the win, and they continue the story with
Daniel Garcia.
With the promo backstage.
Wheeler Yuta for the pure title on Wednesday. I gotta go, so we gotta speed through this. I have a short amount of time.
He's got vitamins to take care of.
Yes, the 6-man tag, right?
House of Black, Darby Allin, Sting, Miro, House of Black, and the babyfaces win 12 minutes, 20 seconds. Sting, I guess, apparently that's what they tell me. Spit mist in Malachi Black's face. Darby gets the win. Malachi Black blows a kiss to the crowd. Who knows what the hell that means with all the things speculating backstage, but babyface to get the win over House of Black. Yep. Good match.
Miro was trying to be, the one-man wrecking crew, got smacked up in the gut with a bat by Buddy Matthews. Almost called him the other name. Darby Allin was Darby Allin. This didn't need to happen on the pay-per-view, but okay.
Yeah, this match definitely didn't need to happen on the pay-per-view. Sting didn't try to kill himself, which was a good thing. Sting didn't turn heel, as a lot of people speculated because of the mist. But it was okay. I think Miro versus Brody King, as they tease a little bit during the match, is something I do want to see. I think some big beefy men both meet.
Yes. Shut up.
Then main event time. CM Punk, hometown boy, going up against Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title. Very mixed reaction for Jon Moxley, as you can kind of hear the crowd cheer, but then also them boo. 1955 is the time on this one.
Okay.
Hard hitting. Blood. CM Punk with the one bleeding, not Jon Moxley, which I think was a little fun attention to detail.
Nice change of pace. Absolutely. It was technical. It was fast paced at times. I loved the spot where, Punk hits the GTS and he collapses from exhaustion, and Mox is on the ropes and then he just collapses on CM Punk. I thought that was cool. And then Punk doing everything he can, bad foot and all, lifts him up, hits it one more time. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk, 2-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion in Chicago. The fans going crazy. Love the white gear drenched in blood. Then the lights go out. A voicemail of Tony Khan, which he was sent to MJF, has played Tony Khan wanting MJF to show up at All Out. He'll put you in the casino ladder match. That's what he said. They talk about the devil. They play the clip from Ring of Honor where Punk says he's the devil, and MJF's music hits and he comes out. Well, the video package takes off the mask, puts on the Burberry scarf, comes out. I thought they were going to pull some WWE stuff and have him win the championship that night. I thought they were going to do something like that, but they didn't. MJF just comes out there, stands on the stage, does the belt signal like, "Hey, that title's coming home with me." Flips off the crowd. Love it.
Yeah, going back to the match itself, I thought the match was good. I really did think Jon Moxley and CM Punk had something brewing in that last sequence, and I did think that GTS finish was a little premature, and it kind of, I thought there was a little bit more you could have dragged out of that, but the match stuff was fine. It wasn't an all-time classic, and I mean, for the most part, CM Punk matches, the main events haven't been I feel like it is kind of on par with that Hangman Page match he had at Double or Nothing, but still fine. It was okay.
Would you say the dog collar match is his best one in AEW so far with MJF?
Absolutely. I mean, just the story involved, the physicality, the story in the match. I think that is by far Punk's best match, and we might get it, not another match, but another match with CM or with the MJF. It looks like.
Yeah, I know we're wrapping up here. If Tony Khan doesn't put the title on MJF, this is all a waste. This is all a waste. I know they like to do long title reigns and all that. he has to win. MJF must beat CM Punk to become the AEW champion. Flake of what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Flagged by Stokely Hathaway in the back, talking on the mic when MJF doesn't need to. Honest to God, you know what this is kind of like? Let's say that pairing does happen and he's the champion. It's like Punk and Heyman back in the day.
Right there on the black 434.
Exactly, man. There are similarities, man. There are real similarities. Punk and Heyman, Punk excellent on the mic. Whenever, he didn't need to talk, Heyman did the talking for him. The same could be with Stokely and MJF. I'm excited, man. I really am.
I know the pairing of Stokely and MJF could seem a lot of fun. I just want MJF to kind of be his own thing. Now, you could play it off to where Tony Khan gave MJF so much money that, MJF just paid off Stokely and the goons to do his bidding for him. And that's how you kind of do it and get out of that. Because I didn't like the opening match. And then everyone was saying MJF, it's MJF. I was kind of in denial. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't have MJF debut with, no hate to Stokely Hathaway and all the guys involved with that, but I felt like he was above that. But that's the way they went. Now, similar to kind of the Dominic stuff at Clash of Champions or Clash of the Castle, you could, kind of move away from that and there could be an explanation. It can all be fine and dandy. But I think MJF is much better by himself. And the pop and the moment was cool. I know after All Out last year, they wanted to top it or at least equal it with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. Probably didn't happen, but they went in that direction. And I think everyone's saying like, oh, the MJF stuff it's all a shoot, brother. I think y'all can calm down now. It obviously was a work. As I felt since that promo, it's all been a work, Phillip. I kind of forget what you thought, but now that he's back, what's your opinion?
I honestly, I didn't know. I was like, well, how do we know what's actually going on? I was doing that bit. Look, credit to MJF for staying radio silent throughout this whole thing. That's a commitment, brother. Like no posts on Instagram or Twitter, nothing, bro. Like just radio silent. That credit to him. I love it. That's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. We're back Thursday with another episode. My Nick Xander interview is finally going to drop, and I interviewed Hunter Freeman. That interview was fun. Hunter's a great guy. He has such a great story from Georgia to Cali to become a wrestler. Just love him so much. Such a cool dude. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone Messiah, baby.